Alright, y'all, I'm here with another video. So I'm gonna try to put in together the Real Housewives of Atlanta and Potomac. Um, unless the Real Housewives of Atlanta become more interesting, this is pretty much how I'm gonna do the reviews. So, or pretty much until the Real Housewives of Potomac go off, I guess. Whatever. Anyway, so let's just start real fast because we got a lot to get to in Potomac. Not really, but kinda. So let's start off with the Real Housewives of Atlanta. So we have Kenya and Cynthia. They meet up at Kenya's house or whatever. We come to meet this new girl named Latanya, which I found out she's a YouTuber. I don't I don't understand that choice of picking a YouTuber to be on the Real Housewives of Atlanta. And it's not that people my question is like, Andy, were you trying to grab like a different demographic? Because no shade, a lot of the people who are really into like and again, I don't know anything about the girl. I'm just scrolling through her. I just scroll through like her page real fast. The type of people that are really into like YouTubers and their relationships and stuff like that tend to be a whole lot younger. So if you thought that this was gonna bring in a younger group, I don't think that's gonna work. But anyway, they're giving Latanya and Kenya are giving me let's be honest vibes. I don't know if that's what they're gonna play off of this season, but whatever. Latanya is originally Candy's friend, but she met Kenya. They come over, they talk, blah, 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 blah. Who cares? Then we get Cynthia meeting up with Drew Sidora. Okay. Shout out to Drew Sidora. I like her. I like her a lot. Her husband is in IT. They've been married 6 years, but only together 6.5 years as a whole. They go real back real fast. I'm sorry to be rushing through the show, but not much really happened on the Real Housewives of Atlanta. Um, we go backwards a couple hours before she met up with Cynthia, and we meet her fine, ignorant but fine ass fuck. Ooh, that man is fine. I don't even understand how y'all compare him. People was online comparing him to Juan. How? How? I mean, don't get it twisted. Juan is fine, but her husband, there's levels to this shit. Super fucking fine, okay? But her mama is a pastor, so she's funny as hell. I hope we can like phase off Candy off of this damn show and take Mama Joyce with you, and let's usher in Drew and her mama, because her mama's funny as hell. Her mama's a pastor. It was her anniversary that day, so they was being all cute about that. Drew Sawyer has a beautiful family. Beautiful family. Then we have Riley. Riley graduated. I know I don't want to be that mean person to talk about her nose, but like, you should have just kept what you had, sis. You should have just kept what you had. Anyway, and yeah, so she went to her graduation. I did put in here when Candy was talking about the fact that she went to her graduation, but her group Escape was mad at her. When they flashed a picture of Escape, they blanked out all of the girls' faces. I'm like, why? Why, girl? Escape has been on this show. We know who Escape is. Escape is a public group. What the fuck ever. Anyway, so I skipped past the whole part with Riley, but apparently Todd gave Riley like $1,000, and everybody is complaining, I guess, saying like, oh well, you would give her money but you won't give your daughter any money. um I find that interesting. The only reason I find that interesting is because the same people who will complain about Todd not giving Kayla money, because let's be real, Kayla is grown, right? Kayla is grown, but I find it weird. The same people who complain about Todd not giving Kayla money are the same people who look down on Candace because she lives off of her parents' money. I always find that with black people, like that duality really like weird. Like on one end, yes, we want to have a lot of money and be able to spoil our kids, but it's like when you finally do run into people, like run into black people who pretty much are living off of the benefit, or the privilege of their parents, we shit on them, and it's weird to me. It's weird. It's really weird to me. Anyway, so then we get everyone, they go to Cynthia's house. Drew comes in. And already, well, first of all, when Latanya and Kenya come in, Latanya's already talking shit about Cynthia. Like, Latanya she's giving try too hard. Like, girl, we understand you're on a reality show, but like, take it down a couple notches. Like, you're doing too much for the camera. But then Drew comes in, and already Latanya got something to say about what the fuck's on her head. And Kenya, oh, I'm not impressed. See, Kenya, mind you, I'm not impressed, but her husband is fine. This is why everybody came for your ass last time about the whole thing with Phaedra and Apollo. Stop worrying about other people's husbands. Worry about your ain't shit husband. How about that? Stop worrying about how fine everybody else's husband is. You keep that shit to yourself. And again, you come off as a fucking hater. And that's why this is why people don't like you, Kenya, because you come off as a hater for absolutely no reason. There was no reason to say that about that girl. Marlo was there too. Love Marlo. Marlo's the key to me. Marlo ended up saying to, I did find it funny that Latanya was like, oh, this is why I don't like you, Drew, because you stole Melanie from Derwin. Like, unless you are in like a certain age group or like generation, I don't want to say generation, but you got to be like around my age, maybe, you know, a little bit older to really understand that reference and how we really do feel strongly about that to this day. We feel strongly about the fact that you came in and you fucked up med school, and my feelings are very raw about it because y'all know they just put the game on Netflix like not that long ago. So I just finished maybe like 2 weeks ago watching that whole situation. Disgusted, Drew Sidor. Disgusted. Love you, but disgusted. Oh my gosh. So yeah. So then Drew's husband, because she came to, goes in the back and talks to Mike and talks about how he leaves for days at a time because he gets frustrated. I'm like, no, right? But that's what he just said to him. Then we go back and we got all of the girls talking or whatever. And Latanya talks about how she's separated from her husband for a year, right? I mean, she's separated from her husband and she's doing what it is that she wants to do, but she gonna get her husband right back. And I got what Drew was saying. Drew was like, well, what the fuck is the point of doing that? If you're gonna separate from your husband just so that you can get your rocks off or do what you want to do to get back with him, y'all might as well just get divorced. I agree. But then she said that Drew said that her husband last week they got into argument and he left for 3 days, 3 whole American black ass days without her knowing where he is, where he was. Do I look like Boo Boo the Fool? Do I look like I got Boo Boo the Fool written all over my head? Okay. Then we go to the last scene, which is Drew and her husband having dinner or whatever. And pretty much the whole thing is he's pretty much bullshitting. She's asking him, where were you? Where were you for them 3 days that you was gone? And this man is doing any and everything but fucking answering the question. This nigga said out of his black ass mouth, first of all, he said, oh, well, this is why as a black man, as soon as a black man says, as a black man, you already know it's about to be some bullshit. That's number one. But number two, this man, first he said, I went to a beach. My Twitter is JMD71421. When I'm telling you, I put, if my nigga would have told me that he went to a beach, and then I put a gif of this little girl in the tractor running over this little boy. That's what I would have did. That dinner would have been all over the place. I would have went smooth across his head with the first chair that I could grab. Do you think I'm stupid and you're fucking playing with me? I'm not a child. Stop playing games with me. So anyway, eventually he says that he was in Tampa. Now mind you, they're in Atlanta. Like she said, you have to drive past, I don't know how many beaches to get to Tampa. Girl, his family is in Tampa. Whatever little side family he got, that's who's in Tampa. You need to keep your eye out for that nigga. So that's the Real Housewives of Atlanta. I do not like Latanya. Get her the fuck out of here. She does not fit. If y'all don't know, people be faking shit on YouTube all the time, especially when anytime I see somebody had a YouTube relationship, I already don't want nothing to do with them, because all of these YouTube couples, except for Holly and S. Y'all full of fucking shit. Y'all full of shit as far as I'm concerned. Now let's get to the Real Housewives of Potomac reunion. I have different feelings about this than a lot of people did. So y'all can all feel how y'all want to feel. I don't really care about it. So let me see. I'm not going to talk about everything. I'm going to talk about what I had. As far as fashions, I don't really get into that. To me, I really didn't like how the majority, I feel like as a whole, this was my least favorite look from the whole cast. I don't know. I just feel like yellow is a hard color to pull off, but if it's pulled off it can look nice. But I just feel like nobody really had that great of a dress. I guess the best hair would be Monique to me, but Monique always to me has the best like hair and makeup. Maybe not dress, but her hair and makeup is always on point. Ashley, you looked the plum the fuck fool. Candace, you looked cool. Robin, I don't know what in the we're great, Tony the Tiger, the fuck you was doing with your hair, but that was a hell the fuck no. Giselle, you always look tacky and a mess, and Karen, your wig was alright, I guess. Anyway, So we talk about Karen, and we go through like all of the different like 5 seasons, you know, and how everybody has changed. And they talk about Karen and has she had any work done on her face. Karen has had nose fillers. I'm pretty sure she's had other stuff too, but that's fine. Then we talk about Giselle and her fashions, and how, of course, we all know just tacky ass Giselle. And Giselle says, I mean, of course it's a topic because Karen's the one who said it. Nah, bitch. Karen, this is okay. I'm not gonna get too frustrated. This is what I want to say on the offset of all of this. There is really nothing that any of the people on this cast say that they came up with on their own. And it's not just with them, because Nene was like really, I don't say infamous for doing this. Y'all get y'all shit off of Twitter. Y'all get y'all jokes, y'all get y'all reads, y'all get y'all drags, y'all get all of that shit off of Twitter and off of YouTube. So no, it has really nothing to do with what Karen said. We as a viewing public have been fucking saying that for a long fucking time. And I'm gonna also get into something about Twitter and the outside antics too, because I want to bring that up too, and how it's, to me, low key messing up the rhythm of the show. But we'll get there. But yeah, no, you just tacky, girl. We don't need Karen to tell us that, okay? Then I did find it hilarious that Candace was like, I just want to set you up one day, Giselle, with the good stylist. I died. I fucking died. They were on Giselle's ass this section, and I hope it stays that. This is my thing. If the next 2 parts ain't us going in on Ashley, I don't want to hear it. I promise you. After and I don't even understand. Okay. Before I get there, I just want to say, did Monique see this entire season? Because if she did, I don't understand how she could still look at Ashley the same way. Anybody who has paid attention to this season knows for a fact that the reason, outside of Candace talking to Sharice, the people who really stirred the whole fucking pot with the situation was Giselle and Ashley. If anybody has really been paying attention, woo, we're gonna get, but again, I forgot who said this. I don't know, maybe it was Wendy or somebody, but somebody said, yeah, that's because, sorry, Robin said, Andy had asked, like, how is it that you and Giselle are still friends? And she said, because we're really friends, and we're not friends just off of like doing favors for one another. That was a shot at Ashley and Monique, because we all know that their friendship is conditional as hell, because bitch, you did something for me, so now I'm gonna do something for you. They're not really friends anyway. So uh I guess, like I said, Karen, then the whole thing about the Karen going in on Giselle and Robin pretty much, and saying how Robin pretty much was like, well, Karen, you tried to make it seem like the fight was our fault or whatever, and that's not the case of the matter. And Karen was like, well, no, I just wanted everybody to see, the fact that you guys were gleeful about it. Okay, now like I said, to me, that fight was a combination of a lot of different things. But if you want to talk about who was all of the shit stirring and stuff like that, it was Giselle and it was Ashley. They both started that fucking train with this whole thing with Candace and Monique, from my opinion. Now, what is annoying me, like I said before, is when Karen keeps saying, oh, well, I just wanted the whole truth to be out. I wanted the whole truth to be out. Stop saying that, Karen, because we all seen the footage. This is the third fucking time that you said it. And when you said it at the last little Christmas party, I didn't get it then either. What are you talking about, the whole truth? We all know how messy Giselle and Robin is. We don't need you to tell us that. Stop saying the whole truth. We've seen the footage, so stop saying that. I'm so tired of her saying, oh, everybody needs to know the whole truth. We've all seen the tape, and we all gonna take from her what we take from her. We don't need you to keep fucking saying that. I'm tired of her. It's annoying. Then we get on to Wendy, and talking about how Wendy uses her degrees to look down on people. I do think that Wendy does that, but to be quite honest, and I'm not trying to absolve Wendy from this, but a lot of people do that. Like for me, for instance, right? I mean, not that I do, but I'm saying, like, I have my MBA, but most people wouldn't know that about me because I don't walk around the whole world, and I'm pretty young actually to even have my damn MBA as far as I'm concerned. And shout out to Candace for going back to school to get her MBA. But I don't walk around telling everybody, oh yeah, I'm this young and I have my MBA and da da da, because for what? What does that mean in the scheme of things? It means absolutely nothing. And I feel like a lot of people who get, once they get a certain stature in life, or especially when it comes to degrees, people just look down their nose at other people, and it's unnecessary. Like, we all do what it is that we need to do. And then we also talk about how Giselle pretty much said that Karen did not want Wendy on the show, and how she had said multiple times, oh, well, I don't think she fits in, this is that, and third. I don't know who said this. I don't know if it was Erica De Niro. I think it was Erica De Niro and El Teddy who both said this, and I agree when it comes to this point. Or no, sorry, Erica De Niro, and I think Justin J, aka the King of Reed, said this. I believe who said this. Regardless of who said it, I agree. I do think, to a degree, that not all of the girls, but a lot of the girls are intimidated by the fact that Wendy has quote unquote degrees, because let's be real, all of y'all on this stage, for the most part, have y'all money off of the backs of y'all husband. She is one of the only people who's sitting on this stage, neck outside of Candace, who can say she does not have the money she has because of her husband. And I think that is what really grinds. I think that's what really bothers the women the most, is that when Wendy says, oh, I have the degrees, aka bitch, I earned this money, and I think that bothers them. But something that, like I said, I can't remember who said it, but they brought it up, and it's an excellent point. And it made me think about something else. Y'all talk about all the time amongst each other about how much money y'all have, right? Y'all always throwing it around. From Monique talking about when Giselle was like, oh, is this your only house? And Monique like, oh no, I have 4 homes. Like, that's all y'all do. Y'all love to throw money around. But what y'all can't do, you can't combat what Wendy has to say as far as her degree. So, for instance, if Giselle was to say, like how Giselle said to Monique, oh, well, this is your only house, and Monique said, oh, well, I have 4. That's kind of like Wendy saying, oh, well, Monique, you only got 1 degree. She can't say, no, I don't have 1 degree, I have 4. Y'all, like, people like, I don't want to say Monique, but like, Ashley, you don't have anything to combat Wendy when she says she has 4 degrees. I feel like that's the issue, because if Wendy was to come on and be like, well, bitch, my house is this, that, and third, and my husband has this amount of money, you jump out the window and be like, well, my husband has this, and that's why he has all of these businesses, and this is that, and third. I just feel like a lot of them, they don't have anything to combat with that, and I feel like that's probably sort of part of the reason why Karen did not want her on the show, because she doesn't fit the mold of the rest of y'all, which is no shade. Y'all, the majority of y'all have y'all money off of y'all husband's back, and she does not. Outside of her and Candace, the rest of y'all have money off of y'all husband's back, and that's just facts. And I really do think that underneath all of that, it bothers some of y'all that she can say that she can say, I have 4 degrees, aka a lot of this money I got on my own will. That's just my own opinion about that. Then we got the whole thing with Candace or whatever. And Andy is so fucking messy. Like, I get it. That's what he's supposed to do. But, like, that whole little exchange back and forth between Ashley and Candace about the song, like Candace said, Andy, you started that shit, because whenever Candace said whatever it is she said about the song, and then Andy was like, I mean, but you did say something shady about her song. Yeah, Andy, because you asked me, so stop with the shit. Like, Andy gotta, bruh, if you're gonna be shady, you gotta hide it a little bit better. But you start shit and then want to step back. This is not how this works, Andy. And I cannot wait until the reunion where a housewife or multiple housewives gets Andy the fuck together. I cannot wait till that day happens. Cannot fucking wait, okay? Then we get into Candace and how she is on Twitter and all of this other stuff. And yeah, Candace is wrong, but as far as I'm concerned, I'm tired of talking about shit that happened last year. This is how I know that this shit is old. Y'all brought up the fucking reunion from last year and them already, and I'm having a conversation about that. This shit's dead and over with. I don't want to hear about it no more. I really don't want to hear about it no more, because we don't sit up here and constantly bring up the stupid shit that Ashley has done over and over and over and over and over. So whatever. She said what it is that she said, and actually, I would respect the bitch. I actually respected Candace, and I said that last year, for her not apologizing, because bitch, I'm not going to apologize if I don't fucking mean it. Let's keep it moving. I'm tired of talking about this Twitter shit. Candace is a grown-ass woman. She gonna do what she want to do. Get the fuck over it. Don't care. Next. Yeah, like I said, my main problem with this entire season is Ashley acting like she's never done nothing wrong. Ever since she's had that baby, she swears she's motherfucking Teresa. She swears she's Mother Teresa, and that she does no wrong, and it pisses me off, okay? I don't want to spend time on this colorism thing because at the end of the day, none of these bitches, other than probably Wendy, have the range. Nobody on this stage has the range to talk about it the way that we want to. Yes, to a degree, Wendy was a little aggressive in certain points in time, but y'all was missing the overall point that she was saying, and none of you hoes have the range to talk about it, so I'm not going to talk about it about y'all with y'all. Next conversation. Then we talk again. We're talking about Candace and her mouth. I'm tired of talking about the same shit. Candace and her mouth again. Candace didn't. She did, but she didn't take accountability. Like she kind of skirted around it. At the end, she was like, "You're right. I can be better, you know, in the way that I say things, and I should be able to step back." Then during a break, you have Monique talks about Candace to Ashley. Ashley's like, you see how fake she is over there? You see how her and Giselle just over there being fake as hell? Da 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 da. You wanna know why? That's why I got my binder. My binder is ready. Da da da. I guess her binder is full of rumors. And even Ashley was like, I don't think you want to do that. And I think Monique, Ashley might not be your friend for real, but Ashley is trying to be your friend in this moment because you're about to open up Pandora's box. That's all I'm gonna say on that. You're opening up Pandora's box. But okay, whatever. So yeah, like I said, I don't know. To everybody else, it's woo, but to me, it's we'll get there because I just don't view this whole binder situation that the way everybody else do. But it's fine. It's fine. Um, we'll get there. We'll get there. I mean, because I put my notes about that situation early, but I'm gonna talk about it later. So then we talk about Giselle and Jamal, okay? And now again, okay, now y'all want to talk about Monique and her little binder. I feel like that whole situation, I feel like Monique and the binder moment to me, it didn't live up to what it was supposed to be because she had old ass tea. She had really, really old tea. This was tea that people been knew. Like this had been said. But Karen, on the other hand, see, it wasn't just that because Karen was bringing up shit too that we already knew. It wasn't just that she brought it up, it was how she brought it up, and I guess that's why everybody was so taken up with Monique because of how she did it. But no, Karen was reading Giselle down. When Karen said, or not talking about her tacky ass, I died. I fucking died, okay? Then she talked about Giselle's business and how Target had liquidated. Reading down. Karen was coming. Her foot was, like everybody said, Karen's foot was on Giselle's neck that whole damn time. Then again, Karen brings up the whole thing about how everybody knows, if you've been paying any attention, that everybody pretty much has been saying from before the season came out that Giselle was going to be with Jamal as a fake storyline for this season. So that's what she brought up. Now, when Monique is about to pull out, and I really don't hear too many people bringing this up, but when Monique was about to pull and she started talking, about Giselle and stuff like that, before she even pulled out her binder, Candace was like, "Oh, see, she been waiting to pull these receipts out. Like she been waiting," meaning that. And this is before Monique actually pulled it out, meaning Candace knew about the screenshots. And not only did she know that, but she knew that Monique in particular had the screenshots and was waiting for a moment to pull it out on Giselle, right? Okay, so whatever. So she ended up pulling out the screenshots and, oh, well, your man was out here still messing with somebody else and I have the screenshots and isn't this his phone number? And Giselle couldn't say nothing. Giselle was stuck with the stuck face. There was nothing else, that she could do. You know what I mean about it? And Monique, like I said, read the text messages or whatever, and then Karen came back and doubled up on that ass and was like, so is Jamal coming? No, exactly what I thought. I said, Karen, you better clear that bitch. Clear her, bitch, okay? This is where I want to get into, okay, because that was pretty much the end of the episode. So this is my opinion on the whole thing with the Monique, with the whole binder thing. Okay, I got to get my notes together because I had a lot to say. Okay. Now, it's a couple things I want to attack. Number one, okay, from a reality TV point of view, right? From just reality TV point of view, if I'm not taking anything else into consideration, like not real life or nothing like that, then yes, Monique, you did that as far as, I guess, you having a moment or whatever, right? It is what it is. But outside of reality TV, as you being a grown-ass woman trying to rise above and be the bigger person, I don't want to say being a bigger person, but fuck that, being a bigger person. Just you being as a grown-ass woman, that's just not the way I personally would handle a situation. And I'm not saying that she shouldn't have handled it that way because it hurt Giselle's feelings. Fuck Giselle's feelings. I don't give a fuck about that. I'm just talking about the fact that you had enough time to put, well, we'll get to that in a second too. But I feel like you shouldn't be, like I said before, I just don't feel like Monique should be that pressed to where you're putting this much time and energy into try to quote unquote expose somebody. I just don't really see the point. I don't really see the effort. I don't really see any of that. This is just me personally. If I don't give a fuck about a bitch, I don't give a fuck about you. I just really don't care. I'm not gonna go out of my way to get a binder of information on all of you hoes so I could come out here and prove what that, and to prove what, because like I said, I think the only thing that really shocked people is the fact that Monique was able to actually come out her mouth and say it. But that tea in particular about Jamal is old. It's old tea. And it's not even tea. And it's not even some shit that's shocking because you're not the only person that had it. Massive people had this shit way before the season even started. That's why the whole season, everybody, if you watch anybody reviews, they've been saying all of this shit is fake. All of this shit is fake. Honestly, you don't even need that to tell that the shit is fake as hell. So that's that, right? And yeah, so that's that part on that. I'm just saying, me personally, I wouldn't put all of that energy into hoes I don't give a fuck about. That's just me. Secondly, okay, I don't know how Andy or Bravo or whoever can incorporate things that happen outside of the show, like before the show starts or in between the show, like into the actual show while it's going on. Because okay, this is the thing. Outside of me watching like people's reviews and the actual show, I do not keep up with any of the housewives. I don't keep up with what they do on Twitter. I don't keep up with what they do on Instagram. I really don't keep up with any of this. So with this whole situation with Monique and everybody else, I just found out, I guess yesterday, that what she's really mad about is the fact that the reason why she's really mad at Giselle is because I guess there was some conversation where some of the women were trying to plot to make it seem like her husband, like her baby wasn't really her husband's, it was really her trainer's baby or something like that. Now, if that is true, that is fucked up. But the thing about it is, like, if I didn't watch like somebody's video, if I didn't watch like Keisha like Color Me Pink or something like that, or maybe like Giving You the Real Tea or Scotty, I would have no idea. Like if I was not on YouTube and if I wasn't on Twitter, if I just simply watched the show, hell, even I do be on Twitter and I still really didn't know that. I just feel like more recently, because of Twitter and stuff like that, I understand it's harder to keep up with all of the nuances that go on, but I wish some way, somehow, the producers were able to explain or inject what the hell is going on outside of the show into the show, because it would give us more context. Now, I don't know if maybe the next two parts, that part of the situation is going to be addressed, but it makes it hard to really understand the breadth of everything, because when I found that out, I said, oh, okay, now I understand more now why Monique is like going so hard at Giselle. I mean, she should be doing a period, but now I really understand why she's going so hard at Giselle. But this is the thing, if I didn't watch anybody else's like review, if I didn't watch anybody who reviewed the show, I would have no idea about that. You get what I'm saying? So I don't know how Bravo can do better with that. I don't know if y'all need to make a clause to where y'all tell these girls y'all need to shut the fuck up when y'all not on here, or whatever it is that happens in between scenes, y'all need to be letting us know. But something needs to happen, because to me it's throwing the storyline. Y'all making it hard. Y'all making it hard for me as a viewer to follow what the hell is even going on. It's confusing a little bit. It's a little bit confusing. I'm not even sure of the timeline of things. I'm not sure when when Monique found that out versus when the reunion was filmed versus then I seen something about Candace coming out and doing the video and confirming all of that. It's all there. It's too muddled. It's too muddled, Andy. It's too freaking muddled. Yeah, so like this is where, like I said, World Housewives, y'all gotta figure stuff up because there's too many things that's happening between the scenes and behind the scenes and during in between that as a regular viewer who don't engage on online bullshit that I really don't know about. I really have no idea about. But in general, I mean, I think the reunion, it was cool. It was cool. Like I said, Karen drug for fucking days. Like I said, I was not very impressed by the whole thing with the binder because that was old ass tea. All I'm saying is, Monique, the next little couple tabs that you gonna do, like I said, I'm gonna feel how I feel about the binder, which is I feel like it comes off very bothered, very pressed, very you clearly have too much fucking time on your hands vibes. That's what it gives me personally. But fine, if you're gonna keep the tabs, if you're gonna do the binder, make it interesting. That's all I'm gonna say. Don't be coming up here with some old ass stale ass tea. That tea about her about Jamal fucking around with that person is old. It's nothing new. It's nothing shocking. It's nothing surprising. I guess it was shocking because of the fact that you said it out loud in front of her. But to me, I'm saying to me personally, I didn't get the, oh my gosh, yes, bitch, you drag, like how everybody was going off. I didn't look at it that way. I did not receive it that way at all. I didn't receive it that way. Now, if you come out with some other tea and these next couple that couple parts about Wendy that we don't know, then that's one thing. Or about the other girls, then that's one thing. But outside of that, I don't really care. Damn it, what was I gonna say? I was gonna say one more thing. Oh, and finally, again, if we are not on Ashley's ass, these next two parts or one of these parts is not that. You see how we gave Giselle her own little personal time to dig in on her ass? Ashley she deserves a whole fucking segment just like Giselle got to dig in her ass about how messy she been this season. Again, I have been saying since I've been reviewing the show that I don't understand the focus. I get it, but y'all keep focusing on Candace and Monique when we really need to be focusing in on the trash ass Darbies, specifically Ashley. And I don't understand how Monique watched this whole season and did not see how Ashley fucking inserted herself and low-key pushed this shit along with Giselle with the whole thing between Monique and Candace. I don't understand how she does not see that. Again, that's why I feel like their relationship is clearly straight conditional, because if you would have watched every single episode of this, then I don't get how you don't see that Ashley is messy as fuck. She's the messiest one on this stage. And I don't understand. I don't know. Maybe Ashley got to keep staying pregnant for people to leave her the fuck alone, because some way, somehow, this bitch is slipping under the fucking radar. Giselle deserved her time. Absolutely. Karen, you dragged. But if Ashley don't have her moment in the sun for her to get dragged the way that she deserves, I'm not going to be here for it. I'm just not going to be here for it. Monique needs